Good morning, peeps. Today's Thursday. What is it? September 8th, 2016. It's my final Friday of my first, it's my final Thursday of my first week. I'm a bit tired. Currently, it is 6:10 in the morning. 6:06 according to my watch. It is humid as hell outside. Today is what I call crunch time or crunch day. And the reason why I say that is because it's Thursday before the test. Every Friday we have a test. So tonight, after classes, I'm gonna sit down at George Brown and I'm gonna basically hammer out all the notes until I know everything the best that I can and memorize everything so that tomorrow morning when I go in, I'm prepared for the test. The test tomorrow probably takes around 45 minutes, but you have a 2-hour time period to actually write it. Most guys finish within an hour. The teacher gets to leave school at 10 o'clock basically, which is nice. And we get to finish at 10 o'clock as well. And we have the entire day to do whatever else we need to do and get caught up in whatever else we gotta get caught up. So 6 a.m., 6:30 on the dot right now. Wow, this lens makes it look good outside. I don't even think it's as bright as it shows. Anyways, I'm in the parking lot right now. It's absolutely empty. Go figure this out. There must be, I don't know, 100 spots in here, and every person has to pay minimum $3 for a half hour. Half hour! $3. So it's just worth it to actually buy the whole day plan, which is $10. Very, very expensive. By the end of the semester, it's gonna rack up, man. I know it. Look, at least we're still on time right now. We still can go and do our drain plan. And after that, maybe we can sit down and work on some music. I'm really excited for this new song. The roads are absolutely quiet right now, which is really nice. It's a really nice reason to get here because you can actually walk around with a camera and not look too strange and too weird. I still have that shyness in me in regards to holding a camera and talking to it as I'm walking around. But, you know, getting better at it. You get better at all things. All right, let's see if I can walk through these halls without getting in trouble for having a camera on, you know what I mean? In George Brown right now. Very, very quiet environment. Let's go see what the calf looks like. I bet you it's quiet as hell. Pretty quiet. Not a lot of people here this early. Plumbing lab. So this is where my locker is. I'm just gonna grab my stuff and then head back upstairs. All right, let's go upstairs, finish this drain plan, and then get to music. It is 9:27 p.m. We just got out. We as in me and my wife, Charity. I overdid it. I blasted my mind. And at the end there, it's almost like I did so much memorizing that I couldn't even recall anything. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but it absolutely sucks. Basically means that I went too far, I pushed too hard, and I tend to do that quite a bit with most things that I do. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a ride home. There's still some things I need to study. When I get home, I'm gonna see how I feel. If I feel like shit, forget it. We'll call it a day. We'll see what we can do tomorrow morning, and then we write the test. If I feel okay, I might sit down and just aim for a couple of extra things to kind of get in case the teacher throws some curveballs at us. And that's basically it. 5:30 in the morning. Test day. Crunch time. gotta get to school. Gotta just do it all over again, basically. Try some more memorization. Try to see how much is already stored in here, and then pick up from there, basically. Let's do this. Good morning. It is 6:11 in the morning. Isn't it strange? First of all, the train's behind me and it's coming in, so it's a bit loud right now. But what's strange is yesterday I got to school at the nighttime just like this, or early morning, but it was dark. I left school and it was dark, and now I'm back at school and it was dark. I have yet to see sunlight at the school for these past 2 days. But I'm at school now. I have a bunch of studying to do. I'm gonna get in there. I'm just gonna crunch a bit more. And once we do that, I might have a meal in between there. I'm starving. I'm a breakfast person. I've always been into breakfast. I know I said that 4 times, but I'm tired. It's 6:10 in the morning. It gives me 2 hours. Just under 2 hours to be able to do some more studying and crunching of memorization and notes and stuff like that, which is good. I'm glad we came early. That's what I intended to do anyways. So that's what I'm gonna do. Get in there, grab a quick bite, and then just keep plugging away. Remind myself what I learned yesterday, build that confidence up before the test, and then go in and try to smash that test, hopefully. Absolutely empty calf. That's how bloody early we are. As you probably noticed, I sit down in the same chair as much as I can. I love this spot. I get to have a good overview of the place. And it's just like, when I sit down, it's sort of like work mode. I get to do the things that I need to do, you know? So, that's it. I can't talk anymore right now. Gotta get to crunching. And I'll see you guys probably after the test. We'll see how we do. Peeps! What's crack-a-lackin'? Let me turn on the car, hold on. This morning when I was talking to you, the train was also here, and now another train's going by. It might be a bit loud, but anyways, look, I have my headphones in, but that's in case somebody calls me, like my wife or whatever. Right now, we finished the test, and the start of our weekend begins right now. It's 10:25 in the morning. Usually the ritual after a test is that the boys, or you know, us close friends, we end up getting together and grabbing breakfast. I didn't eat out with them today, but I sat down with them and we went over notes as to how the test went. Overall, here's what you should know. The test went well today. When I got in this morning, there was a little bit more of that crunch that I was telling you guys about. I sit down and I basically have to go over everything that I studied yesterday because I went through that mind-numbing process where I overstudied in a sense. So I got in the morning early. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Hi, what's going on? Yeah, it'll be nice to get started on my YouTube stuff. How are you doing? Sorry, Peeps, I was on the phone with my wife. So I got in this morning, I sat down, and like I said, I was doing that crunch stuff where I was just going over everything that I had memorized the day before, and it was useful. By 7 o'clock, I was pretty much up to date, up to par in regards to being able to take the information I had in there and be able to put it on the paper. It was good that I got in very early. I got into school by 6:10, 6:15. I finished eating by around 6:30, and I was plugging away the way I needed to. A couple of things about the test today. We did a lot of wet venting and continuous vents, and we did size of trap arms, etc. There were a couple of curveballs that were thrown at us. Our teacher, who is, by the way, so far from all the teachers I've met, he's my favorite plumbing teacher. And the reason why I say that is because he's got a really old school way of teaching. And what that means is he really makes the environment safe for you to ask questions. He goes slowly with the theory so that not only does he tell you the theory, but then he'll draw you a picture so that you can visualize the theory. And that, for me, has always been a winning formula. A couple of curveballs today, and the curveballs weren't absolute left turns. He actually tests you on the information you're writing down. So in other words, he'll ask you to define something, and once you're done defining it, he'll ask you for a real life example of it. And I definitely got a couple of questions wrong today, but a very fair test. I find that the curveballs are always really up to how well you know the information. That's sort of also what I love about this teacher. He really knows his stuff, and he really is fair. A lot of times, if you get the spelling wrong, or you mixed up a couple of words, if you get the gist of it, he's gonna give you the mark anyways, because he knows, look, nomenclature isn't the biggest thing on a job site. It has a lot to do with whether you know what to install and if you can install it. So fair stuff there. I'm pretty confident with what I handed in, and I'm proud of it. You know, I did spend the time studying, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna collect all the papers that I use to memorize till the end of the year, so I could show you just how much work it is for me to actually sit down and put everything in here and keep it in here. But aside from that, I'm really excited to start my weekend. I am very tired. Last night was particularly difficult. Not only did I study for 6 hours, but I got home as well, and I sat down and I studied again. And I went to bed late. I went to bed around 11:30 in the evening. And then I woke up for 5. Yesterday I got to school when it was dark. I left when it was dark, and then I got to school today when it was dark. So I'm ready, number one, for a nap, for sure. And I'm extremely ready to sit down and start editing these vlogs. Peeps, what's going on? I'm home. Oh, I took a 3-hour nap. I got home probably around, what, 11:30. I had a nibble, I laid down, knocked out. It's 4 o'clock right now. I'm waiting for my wife to come home. And that is essentially the itinerary and the plan for the rest of the day. I need to wake up because I'm still exhausted. This is typically how I feel at the end of the week with school. And you gotta understand the variables involved in that. I live far away from where school is. I live about 45 minutes away. And school starts at 8 a.m. in the morning. And that only started for me when I went to plumbing school. When I was in elementary school and then I went to high school, both those classes always started at 9 a.m. And that extra hour, I think, would have changed the world for me, because I could have woke up later for plumbing school, I could have left later, etc. But it is what it is. I ain't complaining, but that's why I feel like this at the end of the week. If I am not on point with my sleep, then this is how I feel at the end of the week. So anyways, peeps, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for being on this journey for my first week of plumbing school. This is a series called 8 Weeks of Plumbing School at George Brown College. Next week, I'm going to show you guys what I do to study. I think that'll be a useful little thing for most people. And then I'm going to show you what else happens in the meantime. So peeps, thanks again. If you like this video, why don't you go ahead and smack that thumbs up. Could be a little bit of fun for me, a little bit of fun for you, you know what I'm saying? And you guys have a great weekend. Kenny Molotov, guys. Peace, baby.